Namaste. Welcome. This is a gentle flowing class designed to help strengthen the lower back, activate the core, and activate, open, stabilize the hips. It is a gentle class, so we will never actually come to standing fully. You will need a blanket and a bolster. So I would recommend putting a blanket underneath your body because we will be on the knees quite a bit. Okay, so let's get started. Let's take supported child's pose. Bringing the knees nice and wide, bringing the bolster between the thighs. Go ahead and come on down. You can cross the hands and bring the forehead straight down onto the bolster. You can turn the head to one side and let the hands rest. As you drop into your breathing here, feel the hips growing heavier onto the heels. Let go of any tension through the shoulders, the neck, the head, and just fall into a steady and easeful rhythm with your breath. Finding that ujjayi quality of your breathing. Now, the breath is the foundation, so even as we begin to move the body, stay intimately connected with the flow of your inhale and exhale, and let that determine the pace at which you will move, so that your breath and your movement are always aligned with one another. You're welcome to go more quickly or more slowly than I'm leading the class so that you can stay connected with your own flow, your own pace, your own rhythm. On your next inhale, come up to tabletop. Remove the bolster off to the side. And from tabletop here, right into cat-cow, inhaling belly drops, tailbone and heart lift, look forward. And exhale to reverse. Press into the hands and the knees, arch the spine, let the head drop. Good. Inhale, the breath comes in to fill the belly as it drops down. Exhale, really arch through the spine. Send the whole of the spine up to the sky. Head is relaxed, neck soft. And one more inhale, let the belly drop down. Looking forward and up if you can. And one last exhale here to round into the spine. Finding a neutral spine, begin to circle your hips just a little. So little circles here. You could imagine a paintbrush extending from your tailbone, and you're tracing a big circle that goes from the ceiling down the walls to the floor. Now let these circles grow a little bit larger as you start to come forward towards up dog, back towards child's pose. And now there's no real right or wrong way to do this. Just move in a way that feels good, awakening, nourishing, mobilizing the hips. Good. Notice which direction you're going. And then as you come back to center, start small, other direction. So starting nice and small, lots of breath, feeling into the hips. Now the circles gradually grow larger. And as you find your largeness here, your largeness of the circles, let the spine go, let the head go, let the shoulders go. You can bring as much of the body into the process as you're able. Last circle. And back to center. Puppy pose, forearms drop down, elbows in line with the shoulders, walk the hands forward and bring the forehead down to the floor. Hips are right above the knees here. Now aligning with breath again, little mini cat-cows. So exhale, the heart melts to the floor. Inhale, front ribs draw into the body. There's a little more length in the spine. Exhale, heart melts. And inhale, backing out of that depth just a little bit. So we're pulsing more depth into the shoulders, into the armpit, lengthening along the side body. Last one. Good. Stay right here. Tuck the toes under. Head lifts and walk your hands back. So we're somewhere between child's pose and tabletop. Pressing your hands into the mat to shift your weight back onto the toes. Toes are tucked under again. And let your head drop down. Now you can feel this stretch through the toes, through the bottom of the foot. Begin to draw the heels of the feet together, shifting the weight more towards the big toe, and then let the heels move away from each other, shifting the weight towards the pinky toe. A couple more breaths here. Deep stretch for the bottoms of the feet. And inhale back up to tabletop. Good. So lift the feet, squeeze and release the toes a few times. Circle the ankles, one direction and the other. And very lightly tap the toenails and tops of the feet down onto the mat. Great. From our tabletop here, send your right arm up to the sky. So just take a pause, big inhale, left hip drops down, big twist. Exhale, dive this right arm through, not all the way to the floor though. Dive it through as if someone's pulling on it over there. Exhale the breath and inhale, right arm up to the sky again. Exhale, dive it through, pulse it through. Inhale, last time it comes up. Exhale, thread the needle now. Drive that arm through. Bring your right ear down onto the mat. Left hand comes down onto the floor, palm down just above the right wrist. Press down into that right hand to help deepen the twist of the spine. Big, full, easeful breaths. And release back to center. All right. Angry cat, press down into the hands, into the knees as you arch the spine, head drops, hips shift forward of the knees so there's more weight in the hands here. Really feel the back of the shoulder blades separating as you breathe into the back of the heart, squeezing the muscles around all the arm bones, wringing out the tension and release to neutral. Same thing to the left. Inhale, left arm up. Let your right hip drop down. Exhale, dive the left arm through as if somebody's pulling on your hand there, and then inhale it back up. Stacking shoulders one on top of the other. Exhale, dive it through. Last time, inhale, it comes up to the sky. And exhale, dive through now, ear to the mat. So come on down, keep your hips above the knees. Right hand onto the floor just above the wrist. Press down into that hand and take several deep breaths. On your next inhale, come on up from here and we'll unwind into angry cat again. Hips forward of the knees. Press into the hands, arch the upper back. Breathe, inhale. Use that in-breath to create space right there and all that tension across the upper back. Good. Release to neutral spine. Step your right foot forward between the hands. Hands walk up on top of the knee here for support. You can interlace the fingers. Inhale, back out a little bit. Exhale. Pulse forward and down. So here's where that blanket underneath the back knee will feel really nice. We'll take one more inhale to back out of the lunge. Very nice. Now, hips stay down. Focus your gaze in front of you. Soft gaze. Deep breathing as you let that front hip come forward and down towards the heel. Walk your hands down on either side of the foot. Pull your weight back onto the left knee. Right leg straightens, toes will pull up here. Let your forehead come down towards the shin. A couple of blocks under the hands. If your hamstring's on the tighter side, bringing this whole thing up, letting hands rest onto blocks. That will feel maybe really good. If your hands easily touch the floor, you can stay right here, just opening up that hamstring. Good. Come up, bend your front knee again. Now the back knee will pivot on this back knee. So swing your left foot in, right? So the foot is directly behind the knee. These toes are pointing forward, hands to hips. Exhale, pulse and lunge forward again, but very different sensation through the groin of this front right leg. Nice. Let's hold, just take a breath, only one breath, and then come on out. So we'll find a kneeling warrior, send the arms up, and just come forward to a place that feels manageable for you to hold. It's not your deepest range of motion perhaps, but you're feeling that strength building in the thigh. You're feeling some stretch and release through the groin. Gazing forward towards the right middle finger. Turn your right palm up. Send your right arm up to the sky and begin to reach your left fingers down onto a block, or maybe you can reach them to the floor. Now, here we are. Breathe through this right side body, but continue to let your hips come forward and down, and make sure your knee is not collapsing in. You really want to press the knee towards the pinky toe side. Let the pelvis come forward and down. Then reach like crazy out through these right fingertips. Breathing into right side body. One inhale will bring you back up, warrior two. Good. Hands to hips. Straighten your right leg, point the toes forward. Gate pose. Right hand releases down, left arm comes up, lean to the side. So now breathing into left side body. And come on up to center. All right, let's unwind it. So point your right toes forward, swing again that back knee, bring the hands down on either side, let your hips come forward and down, let your head drop, take a breath. As you come out of this, step your right foot back, knees together in tabletop. Sway your hips from side to side as if you could almost sit down to the floor. Feel that open and release deep into the outer hip. And we'll come back to center. Left foot comes forward. Hands walk up onto the top of the thigh, interlace them there. Inhale back out of the lunge. Exhale, pulse in. And as you exhale, let's pulse and stay here. So stay in this nice surrendered position, letting the body weight move forward and down. Relax the jaw, soft eyes. All right, we'll come out of this, moving into kneeling warrior, pivoting on the right knee now. So slide your right foot behind, hands to hips, left toes are pointing forward, pulse down and in, inhale to back out. Good, let's stay for just one breath, right at the edge range of our motion, where it's not really sustainable, and then come out. Nice. Warrior two, send the arms up. Now let your hips come forward just enough where you're feeling that good strength in the front thigh, that good opening through the groin, the inner thigh. Left palm turns up as we reverse. Left arm comes straight up to the ceiling. Right hand reaches down onto a block or the floor. Reach through the left fingertips, but keep sinking your hips forward and down. Keep pressing your left knee towards the pinky toe side of the foot and breathe into left side body. It's a big side stretch. Good. Bringing yourself back up to center here. Release hands to hips. Left leg will straighten. Toes point forward. So the outer edge of that ankle is getting a good stretch. Gate pose. Left hand down to the thigh, right arm up. And lean to the side. So now, again, stretching into this side body. Last full breath. Inhale to center, and we'll unwind it. So let this knee bend, left toes point forward, pivot again on the back knee, hands come forward on either side, touch the earth, and breathe. Head hangs heavy. Inhale brings you back out to tabletop. Step your left foot back and sway the hips side to side. Okay, come back to center. Shift the hips forward of the knees quite a bit. Knees down, plank. We'll slowly bend the elbow and keep our body just like a board. So as the elbows start to bend, the whole body, if we can make it happen, the whole body touches the floor at once. All right, so come on down. You might need to slide your body back so your forehead's still on your mat. Send your hands back by the hips as we prepare for locust toenails on the floor. Forehead to the mat. Inhale, lift the feet and thighs. Lift the head and chest. Exhale slowly, resisting gravity on the way down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, releasing down. 4 more. 4. Inhaling for 3. Inhaling for 2. Really squeeze at the top there. Resist gravity on the way down. Last one. Inhale, come on up. Hold here. I know that's not what you wanted to hear. Take a few breaths. Resist gravity. Grow long in the spine. Feel your strength. Access your strength. Feel the heat building in your body. Feel the strength it takes to maintain this. One more breath. Good. Release down. One ear to the mat. And send some balloon breaths into the lower belly and back. Let the fullness of you rest. Face down Shavasana here, so just give it all away. Releasing. Surrendering. With your next inhale, come to Sphinx. So find yourself resting on your forearms. Elbows in line with the shoulders, elbows an inch or 2 in front of the shoulders. This is an active Sphinx, so press down into the hands, press down into the forearms, have a sense energetically of drawing your elbows back towards your hips like you're trying to slide your whole body forward through the hands. And then press down into the toenails, the big toe, but also the pinky toe. Try to get that pinky toe on the floor. It won't get on the floor, but energetically root it down and send your tailbone towards your heels, right? So we have opposing actions here. The lower body is grounding down towards the feet. And we're using the upper body from the belly button to come forward. Now, not working so hard that the breath is not flowing deeply in the belly. Most importantly, stay with that inhale and exhale. Simply turn to look over your right shoulder. Keep everything the same, but add in this gaze. And it can help to shift your eyes and try to look as far behind you. See if you can even look to your left foot back there. We'll inhale through center nice and slow with the head and turn to look over left shoulder. Again, stretch the eyes, trying to see the right heel if you can. All the while lengthening the belly button away from the pubic bone. Great, let's come back through center. We'll take that turn, the twist of the head to the right again. This time though, add in the left knee bending. So left knee bends, the heel squeezes in towards the buttock. The left knee reaches away, and you're looking to those left toes over your right shoulder. Breathe. Good, releasing the foot down, releasing your gaze to center. Turn to look over left shoulder. Right knee bends in, heel squeezes toward buttocks. Looking towards the right toes. Let your breath drop low and deep in the belly. And slowly unwind back to center. Let the foot release down. From here, please roll over onto your back. Lying down on your back on the mat, constructive rest. Feet are on the floor, knees lifted. Hands can be down by the hips, or hands can be onto the lower belly, or one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Close the eyes. We're just giving a moment after all of that really deep strengthening and therapeutic compression for the lower back, giving a minute for the spine to neutralize, to become calm and long once again. Now from this neutral position with the spine, draw the knees into the chest and we'll give a good stretch for the lower back. Rock it out side to side, massaging the lower back into the mat. Left foot touches the floor, right leg goes up to the sky, hands interlace behind the thigh or the calf. Draw the leg in towards the heart here. Point and flex right toes. And circle the ankle, first in one direction, nice and slow as you feel what's happening in the shin and the calf. You can circle opposite direction now. Good. As you come back to center, press up through the heel, draw the hamstring in towards the heart. Feel that nice stretch for hamstring. And cross right ankle over the left knee. Good. Left foot lifts off the floor, hands wrap around. This is figure 4 stretch. Keep the ankle that's crossed, the right foot, keep that foot firmly flexed. Breathe into your right hip. Now release the grip of your hands. Straighten your left leg up to the sky. Your hands will reach over your crossed leg. towards the left leg, towards the back of the knee or the calf. This is a core exercise. Press your belly button down to the floor, lift the chin, and walk the hands higher up the legs using the core strength to lift the shoulders. Hold here and breathe. Breathing here is very important. Good. And release the head down onto the mat. Release the leg. So stacking right knee on top of left, right? Supine eagle or twisted roots. The knees come down to the left side, gazing out towards right fingertips. Keep your right shoulder heavy onto the floor. So even if your knees have to lift higher, it's okay. You can even bring a hand underneath the knees to support the weight of the knees. Or you can let the knees release with gravity, but keep that right shoulder heavy onto the floor. This will protect the lower back in the twist. Gazing out towards those fingertips. Once you've found your position, just let the body rest. Let the bones be heavy. And let the breath be generous. Inhaling, back up to center, unwind. Your choice, constructive rest or hug the knees into the chest, whatever feels most neutralizing for your body now. Left leg comes up to the sky, hands interlace behind the thigh or the calf. Draw the leg in towards the heart, point and flex left toes. Circle left ankle one direction. Really use your full range of motion as you circle slowly, pressing, pulling, squeezing. Other direction, noticing the calf, the hamstring, the shin, all of that. And back to center, press up through the heel. Draw your left leg in towards the heart for that hamstring stretch, noticing any shaking that might be happening in the leg. That's okay. It's okay if your leg is shaking. And now we'll cross. Left ankle over the right knee. Hands wrap around the right thigh or the shin. Left foot stays firmly flexed here. Many breaths into left hip. Exhaling fully, releasing the hands. Right leg comes straight up to the ceiling. Hands grab for the leg over your crossed shin here. Exhale, belly to spine. Lift forehead, lift shoulders. Breathe. And head releases down. Very good. We'll come into that twisted roots. Right knee bends. Stack your left knee on top of the right. So thighs together. Knees release down to the right side. Keep your left shoulder heavy onto the floor, gazing out. Deep breathing here with every exhale, encouraging your body to let go even more. Full breath. With your inhale, back to center. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Happy baby. Hands wrap around the outer edges of the feet. Ankles lift and rock side to side. Good. Back to center. Walk your feet down and find your Shavasana. So now here you can use the bolster once again underneath the knees, stretching your legs out. Make any adjustments that you need to make for ultimate comfort in your Shavasana, your final resting pose. Walk the shoulder blades down the back. Let the palms face up. Let the eyes close. Breathing deeply. I'll encourage you to stay in Shavasana for as long as you're able to today. And when it's time for you to get up, to end your practice today with a brief meditation, perhaps a prayer of gratitude, or an intention for how you'll take your yoga with you into your day. So I'll leave you here in your final rest. Thank you for practicing today, and I'll see you again soon.